for Wednesday, December 4th, 2019. Review of work session discussion meeting minutes.
I don't have it.
Department head report.
I'd like a executive session afterwards for personal matters.
Will we need to reconvene?
No.
Dan, Cindy sent us an email yesterday about the elevator, looking for an update on what the board would like to do. Do you think the cover, the enclosed cover, will potentially fix the issue?
I think it will. That's what's on the that's what's on the top floor to
Yes,
to
I drove there.
remediate any issues that they have there. So it's I actually was supposed to meet with the contractor from DNR Glass yesterday morning. He had to call and cancel. He told me he would call me today to reschedule. He was going to try to make it over here today just to get final measurements and everything like that. But I haven't heard back from him yet, so we are, we're making progress with it.
So, what, are you looking for us to give the okay, or?
I think there was just a little bit of confusion, misunderstanding. I thought we already talked about this, but with Corey, I'm
When
sorry.
Corey was here.
He said that he could come up with that.
Okay.
The estimate was right around 5,000. That was given back in July, so I mean, I don't think it's gonna go up drastically, but it may go up a little bit. I'm gonna try to work more.
So we gave the okay for you to move forward to getting measurements and final prices for it?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
I don't.
Well, I think that we need to do that.
Yeah. I just want to make sure
Yes.
you weren't waiting on us for anything to move forward.
I think we're okay.
Okay. Any other department head? Hearing none. Solicitor?
Needing an executive session as well to discuss a litigation/real estate matter. Then we will not need to reconvene for that.
Okay. Board of Commissioners.
There is an open spot for the Conservation District. I would ask that we table that until at least this new board comes in, if we can, being that there's a interim director, and the fragile state of the Conservation District being very in the middle, and it's a critical time. I would ask that we table that position until after the first of the year. That's okay.
Cindy, do they need to know by a certain, was it
By December 15th, we have to have it into
to the state? Yeah, she just told me that yesterday, that's why I was.
Then I would recommend that we would look for a larger pool of candidates. I'm looking for somebody that has specific knowledge of what the Conservation District does in the permitting, and I just feel that that seat is a very critical component as to getting the Conservation District in a better place than it is right now.
We have to do something before the public meeting, right?
Before the 15th, which would leave another,
12th week,
which
or
would leave
6
another
days.
meeting for us here to vote. And we don't have to, I'll defer to you.
Do we have to, we would have to vote on it by the 12th?
Yeah, it sounds like documentation needs to be submitted to the state by the 15th. Is that what you found, Cindy? So yeah, we probably would have to vote on it by the 12th if we go.
Let's put it on the agenda now.
Okay.
That'll give us a week.
Okay. That's fair.
Is it this specific? Go ahead.
So are you guys saying that you're going to look for more candidates, or are you just going to put it on the agenda with the candidates you have? Just trying to
We have a
clarification.
deadline, and you know, that has to be submitted by the 15th,
Right.
which means we have to do something by the 12th.
So are you looking for more
Well,
candidates
if
in
she-
the next?
She has more to present.
I would like, yes.
It's
I may have-
it's going to be on the agenda to appoint someone to that board. Is that?
That's fair. Yes.
Anything else?
No.
I guess it's one subject but different items. The board, Commissioner Madeo requested that the board change the subsidies to equal the Humane Society of 25,000. I think there's 10 on the proposed budget. The Genealogical Center, History Center, add 10,000. And the Beaver County Historic Research Landmarks Foundation, add 5,000. I did send an email out to the board on Friday, and everyone was off, about considering giving Faith Restorations, I would probably say it's our largest food pantry in Beaver County, an allotment of $10,000 from our Act 13 money. Garen, I think I had you look into it.
Yeah, it qualifies.
It qualifies as social services deliverables. Little information on Faith Restoration. They serve about 100,000 pounds of food a month. They mainly started to veterans, but now it's open up to all community members. They serve 3 times a week. And right now is their busy time. I know they just received a large grant from a private business to subsidize their food truck, that they go around and pick up food from grocery stores who donate food, I guess, at the end of the day, and individuals who raise the food. So that would be my request. I sent Corey the email. I haven't heard back from him. I didn't know if there's any discussion on the other 3. I know this one is fresh, so we can discuss this later Tuesday or next Wednesday before the 12th, before the meeting. But on the other 3 that were requested, does anyone have any opposition of it, or can we move forward and have Corey adjust that, or be ready to adjust it for the budget to be passed on the 12th?
Obviously, I'm for
Yeah,
it.
that's your recommendation, so.
I would like to defer. I'm looking into a couple of them for the list of them. For the one that you just brought up for Faith Restoration, I believe that they just had a board meeting this past week, and they're changing their name to Family something, and I can't remember the name of it. But have you spoken to John, who is the executive director?
Yeah, so.
You went up and toured?
Well, I spoke with him. I was there, and actually, I think I put an email. I'm going next week to do an official tour, which they
Okay.
welcome anyone from the county who would like to join.
Okay.
So I toured like the back warehouse. I didn't do the whole.
Right.
I didn't get into
Okay.
the
Okay,
full detail.
okay,
And he said right now with time, they never knew how to approach the county, and if there's any monies available. And that's whenever I started to ask Garen and Corey about the Act 13 when I was looking through it for other reasons. It said social services, and if that qualified. So the money's there, but next week I will be going on a
Okay.
tour if anyone would like to join.
I'd like to have a conversation with him, because the last time I was there, he was in need of a deep freezer. I've gone to
Yeah.
help unload trucks.
Yeah.
And so I know, that place is phenomenal. I mean, what the things that they do. So I would like to have a conversation with him about what his need is, and if we can get more specific. I mean, if a deep freezer is what he needs and it's 12, I want to do that.
Okay.
If it's a deep freezer and it's 8, I want to do that. Or they need help with the rent. I just would like
Yeah.
to know a more defined amount,
Okay.
if we can do that.
That's fine.
Okay.
I can reach out to him.
And that can be done within the week, so
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure he'll answer
Yeah,
right
yeah,
away.
I'm sure he will. But, okay. Anything else?
I'm for all 4 of them.
Okay. Any other business? Audience participation.
Hi, Marilyn Zona. I have missed a few meetings, and I know the last time I was here, you had put out for bid for the road at Brush Creek Park. Did the bids come back?
Yeah, they did, and the Liquid Fuels Department is going through preparing the final contract for it to be awarded. So we did receive the bids. We haven't awarded the contract yet. I don't know if that's going to be on the agenda for next week yet, or if it's going to be for January.
And when I was here that day, you announced the budget, and the solicitor talked about, or no, it was actually the financial man, talked about using the Act 13 money for some of the capital improvement projects. Is there a list somewhere of what gets used, or is there some way to track what gets used with the Act 13 money, or?
Are you asking what the board is looking to use the Act 13 money for next year, or
Yes,
what's been
yes,
used for
whenever- when
previously?
you know, for next year, because he talked about.
I don't think we have a specific list within the actual budget. It just has Act 13 money that's there.
Okay.
As far as projects itself, those are generally brought before the board, and then a decision's made throughout the year on what actually to fund and what not to fund. We don't have a set list that the beginning of the year we sort of use, and we have a general list that we work off of, but it's not definitive as far as what is going to be funded and what isn't at this time.
And that generally correlates between the comp plan, the Beaver County Comprehensive Plan.
Right.
So it usually it runs parallel to that.
Thank you.
Any other audience participation?
Just have a question, Dan, about the appointment for the Conservation District. Ag Preservation Board is usually on that list of nominating. I didn't get anything on that this year.
Okay.
I don't know that we have anybody, but I have a board meeting next Wednesday evening. Talk to the board, see if they have anybody they would like to.
Well, it's gonna have to be before then.
Yeah, if you want to reach out to them before.
You're gonna have to move quickly.
Yeah. Can you send out an email to all of your board members today?
Yeah, I'd probably get a hold,
Yeah.
post on
Yeah.
them, see if anybody has anybody.
That would be great.
Okay, just
Thank you.
contact our office once you get a list.
Okay.
Any other audience participation? All right, we'll move into executive session and not reconvene.